What about weight?
The amount of weight that you choose should fall into two categories, or two kind of clearance variables to make sure it goes through. One is, can you lift it with good technique between 5 and 30 times in one set? And two, is that exhibition of your lifting at least within 3 reps-ish of failure? Because people will say, like, you give someone 10-pound dumbbells that can lift the 30s, and they do 5, and they put it down. They're like, hypertrophy, I hit 5. Like, but the caveat there is that you have to challenge the muscle. So the weight you end up using is whatever weight gets you within 5 to 30 reps range, close to failure. And you have to warm up to find that out. And it's different for everyone. But the idea that you got to go ultra heavy to grow is true, but it's not the only true thing. You can also grow from light, high rep shit. You just have to push it close to failure.
Why not to failure?
To failure is a totally fine thing as well. There are downsides of going to failure all the time. It seems that as you get closer to failure, the amount of stimulus per set rises. So if you have a set where you stop at 2 reps shy of failure, and another person has a set where they stop just at failure, or someone has to drag the barbell off of them, the person who went to failure is going to grow more muscle. That's a good thing, but it's by a small margin, maybe just several % more growth. The downside is training to failure generates a lot more fatigue. Probably not a few % more, maybe a few dozen % more, which is a big deal. If you're going to use a program which mostly has you do 3 or 2 or 1 rep shy of failure, you'll get great stimulus and you'll be able to recover from lots of sets over the course of weeks and months, which means you'll get a great stimulus and a great hypertrophy result. If you insist on going to failure even beyond in your sets, you can get very good results, but you have to reduce the total volume of your training because the amount of fatigue you accumulate is going to be rapid. It's going to happen fast. So have you ever heard of like HIIT training, Mike Mentzer, high intensity training, HIT? Mike Mentzer and those folks were fans of going to failure and beyond with drop sets and crazy shit like that. They got really good results, but they don't do very many sets. A few sets per muscle per workout's all they do, because they realized we can't recover from this. You can recover from more if you stay a little shy of failure. My suspicion is that if you want the best overall muscle growth and you have all the time in the world to train, that somewhere between 3 and 1 rep in reserve on average for a program is a really good idea. But you also want to test your shit every now and again. It's difficult to say this is 2 reps in reserve if it's been months since you've actually gone to failure on that exercise, because you can be fucking lying to yourself.